Fellow professors, I'm Adam Rasmussen, the Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities, and I want to talk with you just a little bit about what we expect in these 8-week courses through Canvas, this digitalized means of communicating and sharing truth and pursuing wisdom. I want to share a scripture with you as we start, and it's from James chapter 3, verse 1. Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers, because you know that we who teach will be judged more strictly. And maybe we could also say, not many of you should become online teachers. It's difficult to pursue the teaching and learning enterprise these days. It's just difficult, but there's even an added layer of difficulty when we have to do this through mediated means. And a digitalized education, getting students to engage in the teaching learning enterprise is difficult, and keeping professors motivated to do this is not easy. So thank you for your efforts and your work with this. So we're all teaching 8-week courses. Some of us might have a small course, as many as 4 students. Some might have 30 or 30 plus students. And we have all kinds of students in our courses. We have high school concurrent students in some. We have traditional ground students who are taking 8-week courses. We have the non-traditional, or if you will, purely online students coming in from all over the world, Alaska, foreign countries, all over the place. And then we have graduate level students who are continuing to work on their degree either in a hybrid way or a purely online way. So I know we have a variety of different sizes of classes, a variety of different types of students, and you and I are all going through different things in our lives as well. But if we take James's exhortation to heart, we have to be very careful to understand that teaching is difficult, and we really need the Lord's help, especially with the online aspect, because we're trying to engage students in the life of the mind. So I want to give you some pointers on this. Before your class even begins, you should reach out to all of your students through Populi and remind them to get the course textbook. You also need to set all the due dates for all the discussion questions, which are due on Wednesdays and Fridays, and all of the assignments, which are typically due on Sundays. You need to have that plugged in to Canvas right away. And what we're really trying to do is to have student-professor engagement, to actually be communicating about ideas and to build those relationships. I do believe that online education can be very effective, but it takes skill and it takes intentionality. There's a general pattern that I just mentioned, that students will complete 2 discussion questions, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, and then they'll have the rest of the deliverables due on Sunday. There might be different types of classes or levels of classes where your department chair has made the determination to modify that a little bit. Those expectations need to be very clear to students. When I run an online class, this is the way I manage my time. On Mondays, I get in and start grading, and I look for the zeros first. So students who did not participate enough, according to the standards that I have explained to them, or weren't actively engaging in the discussion forum, I make an effort not just to give them a 0, but to reach out. I reach out through the email, I reach out through Populi, sometimes I'll even send them a text. I want to do that very early on. And unfortunately, sometimes the ground students that come into an online environment tend to ignore it the first couple weeks. Well, I'm not going to ignore them ignoring it. I'm going to give my best effort to reach out to them, and I am able to capture some of them to get engaged very quickly on. So that's part of my mentality, is I'm always thinking, okay, I need to communicate with students, not just to grade, but to try to have that personal touch to bring them in. You can also use this as a time to reach out to the students who are doing really well and give them an encouraging video through Canvas or something like that. That's a really good thing to do on Monday. Mondays and Tuesdays, I want to do the bulk of my grading. And so if I have time early in the morning before everything else starts at work, I'm doing that. Or maybe after work in the evenings doing that. And pretty much I have the grading done by Tuesday. Now, Wednesday is a great time to start interacting with students, more follow-up with students in the discussion forum, Thursday and Friday. If for some reason there are any other things that I need to grade, those are all done within the 7-day period, and I've got them done by Saturday, so I can take a day off on Sunday. I personally communicate to students and you as well. You can have my cell number to contact me if you want. And I tell students at all times, you can reach out to me for prayer or any ministry things, especially on Sundays. That's the Lord's Day. But for me, if you want to do any kind of work, let's try to do that the other 6 days, because Sundays is a day of rest for me. And if you have any other questions about how to run your online class, your 8-week class, or you have a question or a problem, please reach out to your department chair and they'd be happy to help you. Let's all work together to make this a great semester. God bless.